See if the old girl will fire up. Oh, hey, how you guys doing? I'm glad you're here. We're gonna fire up this Cadillac during the wintertime once in a while, just to make sure the battery stays up and, you know, juices get to moving around a little once in a while. But since you're here, let's talk about something. So before you take your vehicle, car, truck, whatever, to get serviced, get worked on, you know, I'm gonna preface this conversation with that. First of all, I've been in the repair industry of vehicles, mostly dealership stuff, for 36 years. Spent 6 years in management as far as being a service manager and a shop foreman and all that stuff. So I've had my time to deal with the problems, you know, and problems aren't usually customers. They're usually the people that work for you. And then the customer is the problem that you got to fix, you know, help out and just make them happy, right? But what I've learned over all these years is that a big part of your repair experience is actually up to the customer. I know. People start yelling. I get it. The customer first. The customer's always right. I understand that. And that's not really what I'm saying. Before you take your car, if you're getting an oil change, it's pretty simple. You're going to call and figure out, do I need to make an appointment? What time should I come? How long is it going to take? Am I going to stick around and wait for it to get done? You know, that's that expectation stuff. You expect it to get done right. It's not going to leak. They're not going to make a mess or put greasy footprints on your floor. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Okay? But if it's something like, say even you're a car guy and your car's under warranty, well, you're going to take it to the dealership, aren't you? Or somebody to honor that warranty. Save you money. Make somebody else do it. I would say, you got to check engine light. Okay. Well, you can call, make your an appointment, whatever, but whatever's wrong with your car, you want to have the best idea that you know, the best that you can tell, that's what's going on, right? Check engine light, easy. Brake light, something like that, easy. Headlights don't work, seat doesn't work. That's pretty easy, right? But when it comes to noises, drivability issues, it doesn't run right here and there, you know, you want to think about and pay attention while it's going on, what's included with that? You know, the where, how, and what type of things. I started up in the morning and it runs rough for 3 seconds, and then after that it's good the rest of the day. But it's always after it sits overnight. The reason I say this is because it's pertinent information for the people who try to figure out what's wrong with your vehicle, because they'll get out there in the parking lot, start it up, and go, "There's nothing wrong with this thing." And it might be there for 3 or 4 days because you didn't tell them that it has to sit overnight, or it's only when it's so cold and this and that, right? So as far as your noises go, your things like that, it makes a noise when I first started in my driveway. Everywhere else, you know, and there are people in this world that think we have these magical machines that plug into the car and it tells us what's wrong with it. There's no such thing. To an extent. There kind of is, but not really. We need the information. So when you've got all this in your mind, you take your car and you're going to drop it off, or you're going to wait for it, whatever. The guy that's helping you, we'd call him a service advisor. I've done a lot of that too. You want them to understand what your expectation is up front. You want to give them all the pertinent information that you can tell them to help them do their job, to help you and get you fixed up. That's what you need to do. And then you're like, well, how long is it going to take for you to figure it out? Well, they may not know, but they'll say, well, then in a couple hours, now's your appointment time to drop off, because that's the new thing nowadays. It's not appointment as in we're going to work on your car right then. It's an appointment to drop it off. I know, it's not my deal. It's the way the business is anymore nowadays. It's not right, but it is what it is. But knowing that is going to help you go, hey, when can I expect a call from you? That's what you should understand that. If they drop that ball, it's their fault, not yours, because you asked, right? Now, Once that is determined, that you would also want to know who's calling me. Are you calling me, sir? Or are you just writing it up for somebody else to call me? You want to know that. You want to know that because this is your car. Your car, your truck, your work vehicle, whatever the situation is. I got to pick up my kids from the school bus at 3 o'clock. I have to have my car or a car. That's okay to say that so that we understand your personal situation to do our best as a repair facility to do you a good job. Begin. That's for you to tell. That's for you to let them know what your situation is, when I need my car. If you can have it for 2 days to figure it out, you tell them that, right? If you need to know in the next hour what's going on so I can make plans to leave town or I'm not going to leave town, tell them that. That's part of your responsibility as a customer and a consumer to let them know that. Now, when they do call, hopefully they call, like they say, around the time, whatever. If you've got a call and they haven't called you, don't be upset just yet. You know, it shouldn't happen that way. People get behind, things happen. But either way it goes, once they know what's going on with your car, here's the repair. You know, and really, honestly, whether you're paying for that repair, somebody else is paying for it, or the factory you bought it from is paying for it, you want to understand the best that you can what's going on with your car. If they say, we're got to do this and that, and you'll be fine, you can pick it up at 5 o'clock, most people are like, heck yeah, later, click. Well, you want to understand what they're doing to your car. There's a reason for that. Because if something happens down the road and you didn't understand what they did, you also want to look on your paperwork, word for word, what they did, and you need to be able to understand that. I don't care what kind of layman's terms they've got to put it in. It's your right to understand what they did. A lot of people go, I don't know anything about cars. Well, you don't have to. It's those people's jobs. It's my job to explain it to you so that you understand what's going on. Okay? If you don't know what disc brakes are, I'm going to explain it to you so that you have a layman's able theory in your head about how that works. Okay? That's only fair because of the price that you're paying now. Like I say, we charge $200 an hour. Labor. Yes. You deserve to know that. You should know that. If you don't understand, ask the questions. You ask the questions. If they can't answer the question, let me talk to somebody that can answer that question so that I understand. That's only fair. That's your job to do that. It's our job to explain it to you, but if you just say, okay, cool, they don't know any better, that you don't know any better. You know, it's one of those things. And again, you're looking for an expectation. When is this work going to be done? Okay. If there's a problem, are you going to call me? It's okay to say that too, because you need to know. Like I said, people's cars and their lives are intertwined just like this, right? You got to have your car. Most people have the one car. Don't have cars you can borrow, or the wife's car, or I got a couple of rigs out there I could drive if I have to. I can drive his Cadillac if I had to. But it's, you know, it's my car. You want to know what the skinny is so you can go on with the rest of your life. If something happens, you should expect a phone call before they're late. Just like you have an employee. You're going to be late, that's cool, but you call me before. Call me before you're supposed to be there so I can plan ahead and take care of things. That's respect. Your customers, you should treat your customers that way too. Again, this is from my perspective. I've taken a few cars to have things done. It didn't usually go so well, but I did my best to make my repair experience the best that I could. That way, if something happens, it's their fault, you know. So you get your car, it's all fixed up, supposedly. You want to, of course, pay attention to see that it's fixed. You want to look at it. Is it clean? By all rights, it should be cleaner than you left it. Yep. That's how I leave my cars I work on. Cleaner than I left them. Try my very, very best. I pride myself on that. And in that, If someone's going to work on your car and you know that there's a chance they're going to be inside your car, in your trunk, clean the stupid thing out. If you got a power seat that doesn't work, come on. You know how many cars I'm like, I'm not laying in that. I'm not getting under that seat. Because a guy like me will figure out a way to charge you more money to clean your car out in order to work on it. That's ridiculous. You know how many cars I have to get in the trunk and get underneath the floorboard thing where the battery is, and I can't even get to it. So that's another thing. That is your responsibility. It's not my responsibility to clean your car out, to work on it. You clean your car out. It's your car. Your car. So, we have that straight. Oh, and by the way, if it isn't fixed right, something's wrong, they left it messy and all that, make a phone call. If you don't get an immediate answer right away, send an email. You want to get a hold of somebody who is the supervisor of those people. And then you be cordial, respective, you know what I mean. Treat them with respect. They're there to help you. They are there to help you. You start bad-mouthing and going this and that, and it's not, no. The next time you have to come through there, they're going to see you coming, and what's going to happen is the one poor guy that's brand new and doesn't know what's going on, he's going to help you, and he's going to screw up everything he touches when it comes to your car. It's going to happen. Treat people with respect. Mistakes happen. There are times when it's necessary to go above that. Most of the time it's not. As a service manager, I've had some horrible, mean people that people were scared of. And I'll tell you what, I would tell them just like it is. I'm here to help you. You know, arguing with me and calling me names, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you can take your car out of here, let somebody else worry about all that, because I'm not, right? Some of those customers turned out to be some of the very best customers I had because I was respectful to them and I told them how we were going to take care of their car. Because things happen. Sometimes they happen 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Everything's fixable. Everything is fixable. Everything is, right? But you've got to have the good attitude that everybody's human and we can work on it together to get a problem taken care of, you know. I think the world's lost out on that for a little bit, seems like. Anyhow, just a friendly note from old Junks Automotive. You want to get your car fixed, you have some responsibilities too. Not just them, because theirs is pretty big, but you have some responsibilities. Just saying. It'll make things go a little bit easier for you. So, let's see if this thing will start. You think it'll start? It's sat since September? Well, let's go for it. Starter Bendex. Somebody ought to fix that. Cheers. Remember, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Peace. See you guys next time.